Hello again, my local CrossGroup networking friends, and welcome to AI and the Future of You on our brand new ETV channels. You can now quickly and confidently learn the great discoveries with AI inside, right here on our local ETV global media channels, because everything is new with AI inside, including YouTube and local cross group business networking, which is also new with AI inside.
Hey, Ron, good morning. Look who's here. Look
Good
who's here.
morning. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Ron. How are you?
Great. Good to
Hap-
see you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Good to be here.
Well, I wish we were meeting on a happier day because our hearts really have to hear the voices of all of the people in LA and what they are going through. But it really points out the importance of what AI and Ron has really helped me develop in the mastermind effect that AI has helped me develop to create a win-win-win-win scenario with Nourish and Network and networking. And now, Stephanie, I don't know if you know much about it, but we'll talk about it. But I create Nourish and Networking to hold networking events and promote them at food sharing centers, but also at Red Cross events now. I'm going to add that to the mix so that the win-win that really AI masterminding came up with is, and a friend of mine recently invited me to network or to really to just do a shift, a volunteer shift at the food bank. And I went, wow, this is like hands-on helping and the perfect place to network. It provided a facility.
Wow.
It was beautiful. So the win-win, and Ron and I have been kind of talking about it and investigating it, all based on the effect that Napoleon Hill wrote about in Think and Grow Rich, that wherever two masterminds or gather entrepreneurs, there a third brain kind of mastermind comes. And I've been able to do that with AI, and that's really how that mastermind through AI is what really came up with the nearly perfect networking, and that's where it came from. And I was thinking, Ron, that if with all of my background training as a documentarian researcher at NBC, if and I was on the case of finding the answer to nearly perfect networking. If I was Sherlock Holmes, then you were my Dr. Watson, because Ron has been brilliant in really helping me clarify what I do with AI. So that being said, that's the overview. It's an exciting launch of 2025. I did share a overview from two world-class pros that Stephanie has reviewed. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that, Stephanie. But what I really want to do is and I realize that everything is digitization. That's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Is digit is about digital digitization. That's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, digitization. So I came up with the term of AI digitizes. It's a great domain. It's easy to remember. It's a verb of action. And that really is essentially what AI does and kind of the world that we are living in. Basically, what I want to do is I want to, and like Patch is digitized news. We used to get newspapers on our front porch, right? But now it's digitized it. And that's how we get it. So what I really want to do, ideally, is to use each one of you as examples and really promote you as part of this kind of mastermind, this to think bigger and grow richer with AI, and the win-win-win situation that it all presents to all of us in 2025 moving forward. And the LA fires just show how there but for the grace of God go I. No matter how you could be Billy Crystal, a big Hollywood celebrity living large, and all of a sudden you're in need of help. So the timing is perfect, and I think the need is intense, and I think we can really help ourselves by helping others, because It's all based on people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. And to be able to use Nourish and Network events is a great way to create motivation for more volunteerism at Nourish and Networking events. So everybody wins.
Mhm.
And that's the overview. So I wanted to welcome you guys. And I've been working really long and hard to prepare really for today as just an organization meeting, because that's all this is. And let me shut up now. And because I'm
Fine.
so I don't know, inspired, but also focused on, what's happening in LA, which is just overwhelming and just mind-boggling. It's like a movie. It's hard to really get our minds around the reality of it for me. So anyway,
Right. No, my daughter lives down there in Brentwood, and they're packed and ready to evacuate if needed. So I'm got a first, daily account from a daughter who I'm worried about. So she's supposed to be coming up here this weekend, and it's looking like she's going to have to cancel. So yeah, it's scary. It's terrible time. So but no better time than to start this for sure.
yeah. Because I talked to my friend down there and I said, well, the media always overplays everything. And he goes, He goes, this is really, really bad. Anyway, Ron, welcome.
Thank you.
So Ron is already really, really tuned into the mastermind effect of Think and Grow Rich, Ron. So maybe you could kind of talk a little bit about that and what your experience and research with it has been.
Stephanie, are you familiar with the book Think and Grow Rich?
I am not. No. I mean, I've heard of it through Mike. I have not. I've not read it. No.
Okay, I think it's one of those classics. It was written in the 1930s, I think, and it's still a bestseller. But there's this concept that Napoleon Hill came up with or explained that when two or more people come together, there is a third mind which is present. For example, let's say if you and I and Mike are, well, here's a good example in this discussion, and specifically when Mike and I get together and we'll talk about different areas of what he's working on. And then I'll come up with an idea, or Mike will come up with an idea that I would not have thought of on my own. So just
Yep.
to that interchange, our two minds mesh together.
The
Now,
melding of the minds make a third mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
that's only one chapter in Think and Grow Rich, but I would definitely encourage you to get the audiobook or read the book because it is definitely a classic of one of the all-time bestsellers in personal development.
Do you know if it's on Audible?
Well, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'm gonna get it. That'll be good on my runs. I like to listen to
Oh, that's
self-help
perfect.
books, so that'll be good. Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
Mike talks about podcast listening, so that's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I will do it. I will report back.
Yeah, it is the most persistent path to success that I believe that has probably ever existed. Maybe the science of getting rich, which maybe precedes it, but persistently Think and Grow Rich. I was introduced to it, and it really sparked my brain immediately when I was an NBC page in New York. Another page that I met introduced me to the book Think and Grow Rich. And then he and I immediately created the Johnny Carson talk show game from reading that book. I mean, that was what inspired us. And then we ended up getting into Johnny Carson's office, playing the game with him. And it was just an amazing, I have it over here on my bookshelf. So it was just an amazing experience. But that's the kind of creativity that comes out of that mastermind effect and action. And that's what I like about AI digitizes. It's a verb that talks about, and you talked about, Stephanie, digitization of reputation.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about what you learned from that course that I sent you.
Yeah, they use that term a lot, and at first I wasn't really grasping it, but it's basically taking the ability to massively expose your
At scale.
to scale, yes, at scale, your reputation. I mean, I'm dumbing it down, but and that's the whole thing about branding, right? Is you want to get it out there and get people familiar with it. When they see it, they know it's you, and they immediately correspond it to trust. I mean, that's what real estate agents really, that's what we're trying to be known for, is trust and competency and all that. And if you can have a reputation as such and take it and use, social media, AI, all that to, leverage it up to scale it, then you can't lose. So it really resonated with me, that term. It took me a second to kind of grasp it, but now I get it, and I want to use it.
That's where I believe the world is going. So what I would like to turn these Friday meetings into, in order to promote you two and everybody else that wants to attend, is to have watch parties on Friday. Now, for example, I posted a patch ad about this, but I get that patch is one of many things that need to be done. You need multiple media integration in order to really make an impact. I also created a cycle where I post on patch, then I promote on YouTube, and I take the patch ad, promote that on YouTube, and then I promote the YouTube in patch. So it creates an ongoing cycle of promotion. But we also need to focus on a couple other things like directory response, networking, and email marketing to really get traction. So Ron, on my behest, took the ad that I posted in La Miranda, and Ron posted it in his patch with copy and paste in Campbell. So now we've expanded from La Miranda to Campbell, and we can share the patch ad with you, Stephanie, so that you can post it in Benicia to digitize your reputation in Benicia with the advice in the course about how, building up and becoming the go-to person about the wonders of Benicia, which you are showcasing behind you, in your Zoom, which is really cool.
Thanks.
So,
I like that. I will do that, actually. I hadn't even thought about that, but it's great content, and it brings people together, and I like it because it overlaps, and I should definitely do that. I've also been posting on Nextdoor. I don't know if you've ever done that for that's just a local, a local platform that has been fairly effective, but it's just another free platform, local, hyper local. So I'm enjoying using that as well. I don't do YouTube, so I'm gonna check that out as well. I have a YouTube channel. I just don't post those sort of things on it. I post just my videos. So I'm gonna check that out.
Well, with the Monday through Friday program I have, you're going to be able to use YouTube as well. But before I go to Ron 1 second, let me kind of update you about Patch now and Nextdoor to your comment. Okay. Originally, when I started posting, I would immediately be able to take the patch ad and post it to Nextdoor right from patch, and to Facebook, and to LinkedIn, and all of those. Now it looks like patch has kind of pulled that, and that you can boost it. I think it's $2. For $2 to boost your patch ad, you can then post to Nextdoor and LinkedIn and Facebook and all of those right from patch. So
wow.
And it's only $2. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay.
$2 per day, or
well, you only have to do it once a week. So yeah, but the thing is, it's $2 a day, but it stays up on patch like forever. Okay.
Got
and
it.
so you only have to boost it. I used to run, I spent over $50,000 a year on classified advertising for over 10 years. And because it works, and it's all about the headline. And then once you grab them in the headline, then, if that captures their imagination, then you've got them. You've got their attention, and they'll listen to you. So I know they work. I know they can be really, really effective. Now, Ron, I'd like to ask you about the process of taking the ad that I gave you and gave you the link to, and reposting it on your patch, because you did it twice. You did both an event and also a classified ad, and that was great. So doing your homework. Thank you.
Very simple. Once you answered my question, should I post it on the events or on classified? And you said both.
Yeah.
So I had two windows up, and so all I did was just copy the title, pasted it into, so I had two windows open, one for the classified and one for the event, and then just literally copy and pasted all of your content, and it was very simple. But once I got the hang of it, it probably took me less than 5 minutes.
Right. Now, here's the beauty of what you did is that you can now edit it. So you can go back to the two that you have pasted and you click on edit. Okay. And what I would like you to do is to add your own personalized story. Now that you posted it, so now let's make it about you, okay? And that you are the guy inviting people to this. So this is where we put in your digitization of your reputation, your story about FinFit Life. Stephanie puts in hers. This is how we make it all about you guys, and you benefit from your invitation, and you can blast it out. And it's free. It's free publicity. It's free advertising. So, like today, and I have created a 5-part step by step. I call it the 5-day week because there are 5 steps that I am doing every day, me. But I've broken them up into 5 so that people who are less aggressive than me in terms of promoting it can do only one a day, 1 step a day. And by Friday, they will have culminated into the perfect watch party. So, in other words, let me see if I can share the patch ad to kind of show you what I have in mind. Yeah, let me share this for a second here. Because what I'd like to do in the watch parties on Friday is to go here and look at my classified ads. These are all my classified ads. They keep staying up and they have different headlines. La Marinda Speed Networking, introducing local business networking AI, food for thought, Nourishing Network for food rescues, news release. And, even though Patch has kind of requested $2 to be able to boost it, you can, and I hadn't looked at it or I didn't try it before, but now when you post a YouTube video, it shows up with the full screen of the YouTube video in the patch ad. So it's just, yeah, it's amazing. It really is. So you get, a YouTube video with your YouTube video showing full face in the patch ad, along with I have one that I posted that has 2 graphics and um, and a video right smack dab in the middle of it. So these are things that I want to be able to share. And what I'd like to do is at a watch party, we talk about now. This is the book cover that Patch actually Copilot created for me. This book cover, Nourish and Network, and ETV Global Media. So now, if I was in this event, this is the Nourish and Network event that we did at the food bank, and this is us at the center. This is us standing around a box talking and just sorting apples and oranges. This is the welcome they gave us at the food bank. And this is all the guys. There's 15 guys from the men's book club. We all went out to dinner together after the food center event. So now this is my watch party. Now we would go to Ron's ad and look at Ron's ad, and then he would talk about his own personal branding and the watch party and what we are doing here at the event. So Fridays, I think, can be a really big win-win-win situation for everybody. Ron, do you have if you can get your patch ad link, I will open it. Well, it's just like mine today because you haven't really branded it yet. But let's say you go in to edit it, and I'll show you right where edit is. I think it's right at the bottom. Yeah, right here. You click under more and then click edit. And now I can go back into this and I could actually type in, okay, then all you do is you click next. And this is where it gives you the chance to update or spread it out. And then you just hit post again. So now all of a sudden, just as a little example, I now have just a little piece of branding here about YouTube, but this could be expanded with your graphic. Then in the watch party, here's what happens. Now think about this. Now in the watch party, let's say next Friday's watch party, okay? Now everybody has a chance to do their homework and put in their personal branding. And even if we had like 10 people on here, if we gave everybody 2 minutes, okay, to talk about their personal branding, talk about themselves, talk about how they are supporting Nourish and Network, because again, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And know, like, and trust, all of those things come into play. So that, and then we have, now I'm recording. So now I have a YouTube video that explains what we're doing, expands upon what we're doing. Now I can post this video about you guys into my patch ads. You can post it into your patch ads. And now we're really starting to get traction. You see what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Do you think it's, well, I would think that, do you worry about it being too redundant from the standpoint of, so you're going to take this and then repost it as a recording? No.
Oh,
Okay.
because the customization of your branding will make it unique at the top of it. We don't have to go into the whole ad every single time. We just talk about, okay, Stephanie's story, and if you live in Lafayette, and now you learn about Benicia and empty nesting, Ron's story,
Right.
going for a walk in FinFit Life. That's all we have to talk about. But the ad is right here. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road in terms of getting unlimited leads and traction. And this is a 1-2 punch, and it starts here. Every city will have, virtually, will have a business directory of directory listings. And this is Lafayette's. It's free. The city provided it. But if you search business directory in Benicia or in your city, you're going to find one. It may be the Chamber of Commerce. And right here is mine. And you see it's got my phone number, which happens to be my cell phone. So a lot of people have their cell phones in their business directory, so you can reach them directly. That means you can either text them or you can email them for unlimited leads. There are hundreds of leads right here and highly targeted, what I call directory response networking. Okay. So once you get them here, then you can move them over to mail softly. Now, this is a digital email marketing system, and the pricing starts at free. You can send right here, you can send 500 emails at no cost with Mail Softly. And I am a supporter, and actually, he lives in San Ramon, right down the road from us in Contra Costa County. And I am going to invite him to Nourish and Network at, I'm going to be setting up an event at the food bank. And there's a couple of food centers in Contra Costa County. One is called the Food Bank of Contra Costa County and Solano. And the other one is White Pony Express. And they're located in Contra Costa County. There's others, and there's also the Red Cross. So these are all things that I'm going to be using to get traction, really, so that we can really do our legwork and we can network locally. You can pull up whatever your chamber directory is in Benicia, and start to target people with an invitation that is pretty irresistible, honestly, because it's a win-win-win situation. It's going to be hard for people to turn it down because there's nothing not to like about it. And that's the genius that came out of the mastermind, the AI Mastermind Networking effect of the Think Bigger and Grow Richer with AI. So how do you turn it down? Because it's just a matter of them evolving into AI and how AI digitizes everything. And this is part of the future of AI and the future of you and me and all of us together. And like we've been talking about, the what's happening in LA with the devastating fires is just an example of how everybody wins. So the people who are in need of food win. We feel good about doing that, and we're having a networking event while we're there. The people who are running and here's the vision right there for AI Food for Thought, Nourish and Networking events. The people at the center win with volunteers, or the Red Cross wins with more volunteers. The people who are networking around here and helping are really the big winners, to tell you the truth, because they get their branding about Nourish and Network. And that's what we want to do, is Nourish and Network for the people in LA with the Red Cross. The center welcomed us, and then you make friends, you create camaraderie. So it really is a huge win-win-win situation. And you're learning AI at the same time. So it really is the bullseye that has really come together and really brings everything together. Does that make sense? And I'd love to have your questions or comments about this launch today. And it's a matter of masterminding it and bringing people together to help everybody.
I don't really have any questions. It's getting in and doing it. I think I'm comfortable enough now with posting that it seems pretty seamless. And Ron, I think, was saying the same thing. It just takes a couple of minutes when you get used to it. So getting in the habit of doing it. Do you have do you have an example of where you can launch into your YouTube video on that? Have you done that yet? Or you were saying
Yeah.
that
I have. No, I've done it all. I've gone through the entire program to make sure it works. Okay. And that I can do every single step. I use free accounts. I don't need, a single another person that I'm relying on who's letting me down. I can do it all by myself. Okay. And so it really puts the initiative, the financial freedom in our own hands, the life freedom really to be able to learn how to use AI. And I start the way the week works is I start every Monday morning taking my kind of weekend meditations, if you will, of things that I've learned or thought about or what I want to concentrate on for my business this week. And then I go into ChatGPT networking. That means that a lot of ChatGPT has sprung Claude.ai, Perplexity, Copilot. All of these are the offspring, basically, of ChatGPT. So I use all of them, and I use them as if I was the CEO, they're my board of advisors. So I use all of them in a mastermind effect with just me and my AI bots, because everyone gives me a different take on things. So I'm at the CEO desk. I hear what Claude has to say, what Perplexity says, what Copilot says, and then I take it all in. And I actually use my right brain creativity to put it in, and then I listen to what it says, and then I use my left brain of organization to consume what it puts out. So I've really created a way to make my brain more clear, more effective, and really be able to think out of the box and truly be able to think bigger and grow richer by seeing things that I would not have seen without that mastermind effect of using AI. So that is exactly what helped me visualize nearly perfect networking in a win-win-win-win scenario. That all came out of the mastermind effect of AI Mastermind Networking.